Yo, yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to the Round 10 fan cams. I'm your host, Terry. It's been a good day at the footy today because we saw the Blue Boys get a win. People. Welcome to the Round 10 fan cam. And I'm just muting myself on YouTube. They don't make it easy for us, that's for sure. At the end of the day, we come out victorious, 13 goals, 8-86 to Hawthorn, 9-9-63. Yeah, I didn't really start enjoying that game until probably Harry kicked his goal. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but it was a very fascinating game, very frustrating. Classic Carlton performance. Even when we win, we make it look so difficult. But at the end of the day, like, we're here for wins. That's what it's all about. Doesn't mean we're ready to win a premiership. It doesn't mean that we're improving. It doesn't mean anything other than today was a win. There were a few shining lights today, which I think we'll all point out. And listen, it's a job done. We needed a win really badly today, just for the supporters to go out there. And it was a beautiful day out of the footy. I really enjoyed it. So welcome to the fan cams. If you've never been to the fan cams, welcome to the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. If this is your first time, what we like to do here is get the fans to talk, not so much me. I'm going to talk for a little bit, but I want you guys to come on and I want you to share your thoughts on the game. We'll go for about an hour and let's enjoy it. I mean, we've been down in the dumps. We've won one of our last 5, I think it is. The boys won. It was a good day at the footy, good family day at the footy. And I do want to enjoy this, while we have it, because tomorrow's never promised. So anyway, I'm going to put the link in the comments right now for those of you watching. How it works is you will hit the link. You will then come into a waiting room. And then there's about 12 people that can fit in the waiting room. Please wait your turn. I'll try and get through as many of you as possible. And then I'll get you on for about, 4 to 5 minutes, if that. We'll try and get through as many people as we can in about an hour. And then we can enjoy the weekend and absolutely launch into it. So stand by for the link. It's going in right now. Come and have a chat. If you've never been on before, please come on. I would like to meet some new faces. I'm going to start with one of my favorites here, Michael Maloney. He's got some people with him. Oh, no.
What do you hear? What do you say?
The Kool-Aid!
Oh, I've got the Kool-Aid in the cup. I'm ready. I'm back.
16.
What a fucking shit game that was.
It was
Jesus
good
Christ.
to get a win. Good to get a win. Be positive, will you? It was good to get a win. You know what? Sometimes you got to win hard, like we said about the Gold Coast game, and it's not always a 10-goal win. And I think if you expected that going into today, I think you've got wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Right. But we rocked up. We did the job, and as well as it looks, I think it's just a tradies performance. Terry, rock up, do the job, get your pay, and get out of there, type of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be honest, my feeling was more of a relief than what it was. I'm enjoying the win now just because it's a win and you're happy when you win. But up until Harry kicked that goal, I was like near the Medicina. Like I was very, I was very stressed.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think there was some real good positives out of today when it comes to I think Owies' game was quite good, tackling pressure and kicking a couple goals. I don't need him getting 15, 20 touches as a forward pocket. 2 goals, 10 touches, whatever it was. I think that's all we need from him. Eddie Betts is just popping up when we need him to. Stocker again, I think he's just building into it nicely. But like I said to you a few weeks ago, once Newman comes into this team, it's going to release something different for us. Doherty on the wing is just a completely different player. He really 100%. Is. And I thought, even though I can't believe Ed Kerr now got the medal, he ended up getting the David Parker medal. I thought Doherty or Walsh were our 2 best on grounds. Like we said every week, Walsh, but Doherty was great. And again, like we said about Harry, it doesn't have to be your day, and his last 3 weeks haven't been his, but he's taken his moment. And that's what he's done. And he kicks that goal and basically shoes us the win.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to go.
What do I think?
Paolo's there. Hello.
I think it's just 2 rubbish football teams going at it today, and the less rubbish team got up.
Ever the optimist is, Paul.
He's up and about today. No, look, I get what you're saying. It was almost like we fell.
What are we going to say? Yeah, it's just, you know what? It's you. What do we want? What do we want? Not want to win.
Yeah.
We won. That's it. We move on. That's it. And there's plenty to work on. God
Yeah, there is.
mate.
Williams was good. I thought his kicking today was really good.
Best game
but
for the
again,
club.
If we don't expect that from him in a game against Hawthorn, who's second last on the ladder,
Still,
what do we expect?
There's still a lot of question marks, mate. Defensive transition, pathetic. That end to the first half. Oh my God, mate! What the hell was all that about?
Yeah, that's where my nerves came from.
You know what? I will say though, defensively they had to tighten up, and they did. They did. So
the second half was much better defensively. We didn't leak as many goals. I thought we made them work harder for their goals, and their key players. I thought we kind of negated them as best. Like I thought Wingard today was the only way that they were going to win. If Wingard had a big game, I thought they'd have a chance, and we negated him quite well. I don't have a problem with Mitchell getting 44 touches. I don't have a problem with that. The one who I really did, it was around the third quarter when he was getting a bit of it, was Warple. But as soon as we negated him, it was fine. But yeah, all in all, I think you just got to take the win. We move on to next week.
Up to Sydney.
And we go up to Sydney, baby.
We're painting that. I think there's something in what you said before I want to touch on again. You mentioned Nick Newman coming into the side and just fixing things up structurally. I think we saw a little bit of it last week, even though it was a disappointing performance. I think I started seeing something click today. I know it was frustrating. I know it was, and don't get me wrong. I don't think anyone's under the illusions that win doesn't mean that we're now, a final side. But I think
Globetrotters.
It's a bottom 8 team against
correct
a team, really.
Correct. However, I do think the pieces in that back now, I think they're there. I think that's the makeup there, and maybe they need. Look, we've all been hard on Williams and Sard all year.
Rightfully so.
And rightfully so, but that was a better performance from them. I thought in the second half we conceded 15 points and we looked to give the ball to our runners.
Correct.
And we looked to do it,
Yeah, 100%. I'm really big on this with you. Me and you have spoken about this about Doherty. How many half-back flankers can you have in a team?
Yeah.
There's only a few of them that could play on the wing, and I think that Doherty was that one that we pushed up and they can use the ball well. He's hard at the ball and he's around the contest a lot more. I thought Setterfield played a better game today. I'm not sitting here and going to, I'm harsh on him.
They played him on the inside. Fucking shock horror. He actually starts winning the football when you start playing him on the inside.
I'm his biggest critic, but he was not bad today. Wasn't too bad.
But the problem is there's still that paper's over. I don't know if the paper's over a lot of cracks.
No, I don't think it does.
We can see.
No, they know the problems. I think they know that the problem, like Cottrell having 11 touches on a wing, is still a problem, I think.
So, look, Jack Martin will probably come in next week.
But it was great seeing TDK play, wasn't it?
How good is it seeing a ruckman that can jump over a piece of paper?
I know.
He just went boom.
Or mind you, I'd have to look back at the game, but I didn't mind Pitternet today.
No, he was good. He was good.
He was okay.
Yeah.
He's a battler, mate. He's not a star. He's just look. That's not going to be good enough to make a play towards the top 8 in the back half of the year. But whether it's something to build on, I don't know. But we take the win and head up to Sydney next week. We've got a reserves game tomorrow as well, so hopefully the club can go 2 from 2. And I think the big thing for us tomorrow, and they've built it up all week, is that we get to see Brodie Kemp for the first time. So that's going to be fantastic to see. He might be the guy that comes in to replace maybe Liam Jones, who was absolutely horrendous for a few moments today. My goodness gracious me.
Usually I'm the negative one. Okay, I'm trying to be optimistic tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to be too. I'm trying to balance it out.
My God,
Liam
it's the yin and the yang here. I actually don't mind this, the 2-in-1, the yin and the yang.
We should do it. Look at this. We should have our own segment on this show, the fan cam segment.
I like Liam Stocker's game. I like. He's got a real I'll give you one.
And Gibbons and Murphy did their roles today. That's all I need from them. Role players. I don't need globetrotters. I don't need your LeBron Jameses all the time. I need role players. Murphy, 18 touches, a goal. That's all I need from Murphy. And Gibbons was the exact same. He had a goal and 17 touches, was around it, didn't use it, used it pretty well. So I think going forward, there were things that we can work on better, obviously. We're not here to talk about all the negatives, but positively, like I think there were so many positives that came out of today about like just seeing Newman play another game and TDK and Doherty on the wing and just watching our boy Sam Wells go around again.
Oh, mate, Jesus
Mate, it's just good to hear the song again. It's just good to hear that fucking beautiful song
Every
again.
Saturday afternoon at the MCG, brother.
Two things I will say before we jet off because we're about to go and get some dumplings just quietly.
The mangiare.
Yeah.
The mangiare.
Number one, finally we get the fucking monkey off the back against Hawthorn. Jesus Christ, mate. Finally. And number two, a shout out to Junior, who actually did the coin toss today, and he's a big fan of the channel, Terry. Junior and Geraldine said hello. So, and Junior was out there in the middle. He tossed the coin today. So, onwards and upwards to next week, Terry.
We'll be sipping Kool-Aids up there, won't we, brother?
Kool-Aid's in here, boys. I can't wait to turn fucking Sydney Navy blue, baby.
We'll be doing the fan cams from the G.
And please get down to the reserves tomorrow. Support the boys.
Yes.
Jumper Punch Tuesday, 8 p.m. You might be the special guest, aren't you? Is that the mail?
Can confirm I will be on the Jumper Punch this week.
He signed the dotted line.
He couldn't resist.
I'm not waiting to the end of the season. I'm going to sign mid-season and fucking show some leadership and fucking.
I love it.
So
look at that. That's
get down
leadership.
to the reserves tomorrow and come and say hello.
Love it.
Good on you, boys.
Go Blues.
See you, brother.
Fan cams are a fucking vibe after a win. Anyway, Riley, talk to me.
Oh my God! What do you say? What do you say? First off, it's fantastic to beat the shits and piss.
Yes,
it is wonderful to do that. I come out of today encouraged that Zach Williams from GWS has finally shown up.
Mate, 800 large. Come and take my money. Come and take it.
That is my Zach is my boy. I was through with his game. Stocker, I was very happy for. I think we found We found one in Owies, I reckon. This run of form he's had is a little bit more than smoke in the pot sort of stuff. He's one that I think we can keep with. But I'm happy with one, but I've still got the same sort of questions coming out of what we've had the last couple of months. Defensive transition for me still a massive concern. I know we tightened it up in the second half, but I think that was more a great back six performance than necessarily two-way running. It's great to win, but I'm just really looking forward to next week, another test. I know we talk about it so often. I want to see us test ourselves against the good side in Sydney, who's up and about.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're spot on. I think that the beauty of today is I don't think anyone's under any illusions, mate. I don't think anyone's under any illusions that today wasn't as good as we could have played. However, you have to enjoy the wins when you get them. You just do.
100%. 100%. I think it's relief, I think. And I think for the playing group as well, because I think the last couple of weeks, they have by and large cracked in. And especially against the Dogs, that was a brutal loss. Last week against Melbourne, they've been lambasted. So I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for the coaching staff just to have a night where they can sort of enjoy it and then put their mind back on the task. As a fan base, though, beating those pricks from Hawthorn is great. It is fantastic.
It is good.
Tom Mitchell is probably he'd have to be the most overrated midfielder in the competition. I'm just going to say, 44 possessions, he probably went 20 metres game. I mean,
he's got an amazing ability to get 44, and I really only noticed him 24 times.
Exactly. I've never seen a bloke hand pass back and kick sideways more than him. What I will say in terms of next week, I'm really looking forward to watching the reserves tomorrow. I feel like there is a massive opportunity for one in particular, that's Sam Petreski's seat. If he plays well tomorrow, we're going to need his class against Sydney because some of the ball movement forward, was a massive problem. He's one that can really, be clean with the footy. So I'm really looking forward to that. One thing I wanted to ask you, because obviously watching from up here at ground level, did the two-way running improve after half-time? It didn't look like it did to me. It just looked like the defenders sort of stood up more than anything.
No, I've got to give him credit. I thought the two-way running definitely improved in the second half. I thought, again, it's very raw after the game. I thought our positioning behind the ball allowed us to cut angles off a lot easier than what we were in the first half, which is where I think we should give Teague and that some credit, because I think their starting positions have just let them down.
Yes.
But look, at the end of the day, we've conceded 15 points after halftime, and can we just talk for a moment about the goal that just sails through on the siren at halftime? And I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm watching it happen again.
I texted. That is, I've watched about 100,000 games of football. I'll probably watch a few 100 more thousand in my life, and I reckon I'll never see that again.
Never seen anything like that, and never will.
No. It's. I don't know what happened. I'm glad it didn't hurt us. I'm glad to say that TDK first got through unscathed, and I thought he was a real presence. That's one that I think in the second half of the year he's going to play strong. I agree at stages, Kiddo played okay today, but I feel like his spot in the next few weeks might become increasingly vulnerable. I don't know if that setup of De Koning and Pitnet's one we can really take forward too long. And that lets the door in for a guy like Levi Casbolt. If we've got faith in TDK to work out games, then maybe that's what you got to do, because one thing about Kazzy, he's more of a forward threat than Pitt, as bad as Casbolt's been this year. It's an interesting quantity to have, really.
No, it is. So you mentioned the reserves tomorrow. Who are you looking at that should be coming into this team? I mean, obviously we know Jack Martin's going to be available, we think, next week. Sam Petrevsky, Seaton, we hope he's going to be available and playing well tomorrow so he can stake a claim. What are the improvements this group needs? Who are the people that need to come out for the others to come in?
We need more continuity on the wing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think, and I'm a fan of his, but I feel like Matty Cockrell last month has been pretty ordinary. In terms of trying to find the football. So I feel like there's a real opportunity for the likes of, Carroll and Ramsey, if they play really well tomorrow, to potentially get that wing spot. I still feel against Sydney next week, we could go in potentially with another small forward or make a change. I know Gibbons played as well today, but it's an opportunity for potentially Honey or, Durden if they play well tomorrow. Because one thing about the SCG, it is tight. It's a short ground and pressure is paramount there. So we're going to need to put a lot of heat on. So that gives those guys those sorts of opportunities. Outside of that, there's the usual suspect, your O'Briens. But Paddy Dow, not named. That's an interesting one.
I think he's hurt.
Okay, because I didn't see him on the injury report. I was pretty sure. I'm guessing he would have been hurt, but yeah, your O'Briens have an opportunity again tomorrow if they play well to bring him to selection, because I think Doherty on a wing is something we just need to persist with. Him moving up the ground has just been, with Newman back in the side, it's opened up so much more ahead of the ball. Now, Doc didn't kick his best today, I think. We know what he can do with ball in hand at times. So that's one wing covered. But I think the other wing, Matty Cottrell's wing, is one that, there's real opportunities for someone to take. I mean, he had 11 touches today, I think 1 tackle, and that's not isolated. That's not production we can have if we want to, to hold position, if we want to keep that selection integrity, which we talk about so often.
Yeah. No, well said. Well said as always, mate. Thank you very much for this morning as well. Great stuff from Blue Broad Nation, talking to an old Carlton legend. For those of you at home, David Rees-Jones was on the show, and I'm sure you enjoyed that, Riley.
He's a very good man, and despite my relative circumspectness, up the baggers.
Up the baggers, mate. See you, brother. What a legend. I have got Adam. Adam, you're on mute, brother. Take your mic off mute. For those of you watching at home, Adam is from the US. Adam, you there?
How's it going, mate?
Just remind everybody where you are calling from.
Tucson, Arizona in the United States.
Arizona in the United States. Fantastic, mate. What time is it there right now?
It's 1 a.m. I had an early kickoff, so.
What are you doing? How you going?
I'm all right, mate. I'm good. Ready to talk about the game.
Talk to me, mate. What did you see?
Oh man, it was tense. It was our skills were lacking in that second half right there for about 10 minutes or so. What the fuck was that at the end of the first half? Like, what happened there? It was just like, oh shit, here we go. And then come out second half, and it was okay, I'd say, but for like the first 5 minutes we were on it, and then that lack of skills, both teams going back and forth for about 10 minutes. Really tense. It was a lot more tense than it needed to be. I'm just glad we won.
Yeah, I think if you haven't learnt already, you've definitely learnt today. This was the epitome of what it is to be a Carlton fan. Even when we win, we make it so fucking stressful on ourselves that you just can't really enjoy the game.
Wouldn't want it any other way.
Absolutely, mate. Who was your? Who do you think was the best on ground today?
That's a tough one. I'll say Walsh. I think he was good. I don't think he put a foot wrong. It's kind of hard to say. I think everybody played their role as well as they needed to be. Not too many clangers, not too many just dumb decisions out there today. I don't think anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Look, got the job done. 4 points in the bag. We go to Sydney next week and hopefully start a bit of a run of form.
Here's hoping. I think we can get a result in Sydney. If we get Jack Martin back, I think we can do some damage.
I feel you. What's on the agenda for the rest of the evening or morning? What are you doing?
I'm going to bed.
Enjoy, mate. Well, listen, thanks for tuning in and appreciate you coming on for a chat. And always welcome to come and have a chat after a game. Really appreciate your support.
Of course. Have a good one. Let's get that Carlton Peoples episode.
You know it. Yeah. See you, bro. All righty. Young Toby, what's up, my man?
Terry, how are you, Matt? And
mate,
Terry,
I'm going well.
Can I just say thank you very much for your birthday message the other day. I appreciate it. That you sent me when I said to you it was my birthday week this week. So, Matt,
of course.
As a Carlton supporter, Matt, I'm sitting when it's your birthday week and you get a win, very happy because it was my birthday yesterday. So, hey, you know.
Can we get a happy birthday in the chat for Toby?
Yeah,
I think that's what we need.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. But yeah, Matt, it's just good. And look, okay, we got a couple of things to work on. I thought our skill, especially when we kick into our forward line, I think we need to just lower our R's a bit. We're just rushing. And when we don't have a tall target down there, maybe have a different way of bringing it in to our forward line. I mean, what do you think?
No, I think you're right. I think that's going to be part of the evolution of this team. You always see that the shitty teams that become good teams that then become great teams, the great teams always have that ability to focus when they've got the ball under pressure. I think once we add Jack Martin back into the mix, there's another really good ball user who's composed under pressure. I think once Fisher comes into the mix, there's another one. I think those are the guys we're really missing because they are really the creative guys between midfield and forward, and they can create opportunities. I think you're right. I think we're going to get better at it as we go on. Today wasn't a groundbreaking performance, but it was a win nevertheless. And once we start getting our better ball users the ball and then back into the side, I think we're going to be a lot better.
I think you're right. I think we'll move the ball a bit quicker as well, and that'll be good to watch. And it's exciting to watch because when we move the ball quick, we are such a good side to watch.
Yeah. No, we are. We are, mate.
Yeah. And just before I let you go, can I just say to the Jumper Punch boys, they are doing absolutely fantastic work. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Rocco on tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing Pommy on tonight as well. Because I reckon every week that I watch this as well, I think they speak absolutely beautifully. And, Carlton people, when we're happy, we speak well. When we're not so happy, we don't speak so well. But let's enjoy this win. But let's hope that we now start building a trend again because it's just good to see us win.
It is, mate. It is. I think Pommy and Rocco are in the waiting room as you speak. I can see them smiling. So I think they appreciate the sentiment. So you have yourself a good night, mate. And as you said, nothing's better than a Carlton win.
Absolutely, Terry. Absolutely. Thanks, Matt.
See you, legend. All righty. Well, why don't we get one of his favourites on? Let's start with Pommy. Here he is.
You know what? First of all, happy birthday, Toby, for yesterday. Thank you for your kind words, mate. Really appreciate that. I hope you had a great day. And the baggers won for you. How's that?
How good's winner's piss, mate?
Well, I mean, piss tastes good, win or lose, but it just tastes a little bit better, doesn't it? It has a little bit more of a shine on the win. I mean, let's be honest about today. I mean, it was a little bit like probably my wife when she was a teenager. She wanted to marry the lead singer of the Backstreet Boys, but she ended up falling short and getting me. I still do the job, though, just not as attractive. So I mean, it was. There was moments there. You know what really annoys me about Carlton is you kind of saw throughout that game. It's almost like they're evolving before our very eyes at times. The game plan really. I thought in the first half. I think you nailed it as well by accident. I think our defensive transition comes from look at how hard they have to work to get back in the first. And in the second quarter, you saw them take the game to us and they saw that quick ball through the corridor and we couldn't get set up. It looked like in the second half, we played a man behind the ball and really looked like we were a lot deeper in our positioning, which I thought made it a lot harder for us to break down. My concern is 21 shots from 60 entries to their 22 from 49. And I think one of the key things that we did well in the second half is we slowed it down inside 50. I think when we do that and we don't look to bomb it in, I think we look good. I think we needed the win, didn't we? I mean, Jesus, I am sick of reviewing a loss.
Mate, I'm telling you, there was I don't know about you, but midway through the third, when they hit the front, I literally was saying out loud, I'm watching the nightmare unfold before my eyes. And then I think, I don't know about you, but the turning point for me was the debutant ruckman for Hawthorn taking the mark in the goal square, playing on, and Nick Newman tackling him and pinning him. I feel like everything changed from there.
I think what I was impressed at today, and I don't often give this guy credit, and that's Patrick Cripps, 10 tackles. We talked pre-game, you and me, about Reef Matheson and said, who's our guy? That's the barometer. I thought that was a real barometer, them tackles, because he did the hard stuff well, and it was an understated game, I think, for him. And I think when he's doing that, I think that sets the standard for the boys. I really do. I think I don't want Cripps to have 30, 40 touches. I want him to have 10 tackles and keep it to 25-20. If he does that, that really makes it awkward and difficult to play against. And I think it allows your Walshes, and we saw the class that kid has. He has it in abundance. We've got a hell of a player there. But I think all in all, there's enough to work on. There's still them question marks. It is very easy to exit defensive 50 to us. It is. And you can see why top 8 sides beat us and Hawthorn can't.
Yep.
But it's got to get better at some point, hasn't it? Because it's so obvious that it has to be addressed.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said about the evolution happening before us. Let's take Cripps. I think Cripps is really moving into one of the boys now because he's got the help that we've been screaming out for years is there. I think Walsh is better than Cripps right now as it stands. And I think if Cripps can focus in on that contested pressure act type work, I think he had 34 pressure acts today, which was the game high. He's got the help around him. I feel like he's moving into almost taking a step back into I'm doing it all to I'm one of the boys. I thought Zach Williams did his thing today. I thought Saar did his thing today. I think Doherty moving up into the midfield helps him as well. And I think maybe it's just we hate time. We hate the word time. But I saw an evolution today for sure. I'm not saying we're there. I'm saying we've got a lot more work to do, but I definitely am seeing a rolling evolution.
I think I saw more changes in this game structurally and in our plan than I have done from Teague for a long time.
Yeah.
I felt in the second half there was definitely some changes structurally off the ball, which for me helps because that is what kills us. Like you look at that game, and I don't want to be disappointed because it's a 23-point win. We haven't beaten them since, Sam Walsh was just popping himself out of the womb. So, I mean, it's a long time. But it does irk me that it is that easy at the moment. It does feel it's such a fixable thing as well. And I understand that we want to play attacking and aggressive, and that's Teague's way. But I felt halfway through that game, if you take out the best points of each, there is how we should go moving forward.
Yeah, fair. No, it's a fair call. I think everyone. I don't think there's a single person out here today who's saying we're there. We're there. I think it was just more of a get the shit done, take a little improvement from here and there, and then try and add something more next week.
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%. I mean, I think what is annoying is when it goes well, you see it's clearly better than we've ever played.
Yeah.
But then 2018 Carlton, just, he creeps up like that last 5 minutes from Hawthorn. It was capitulation. It was literally, you saw the panic happen. Like that goal at the second half, I've never seen it before. Like Wheatering actually started to jog off the field of play. And you saw Jones kind of like, oh shit, the ball's still in play. And it's little things like that the good teams don't do. But I'm proud of them because that is a game, let's be honest, we would have thrown. That was character building, I think, in the aesthetic of we've been there every game this season. But it does have to get better. But 4 points, let's hope they drink some piss this week and come back Monday recharged and really ready to get the ball rolling because one needs to turn into two. That is where we falter. We get these wins, and these wins where you're not pretty are brilliant if you back it up week 2, week 3.
Yes, spot on. Well said. Very well said, brother. You have yourself a great Saturday night, and I'm sure I'll speak to you later on.
Love you all. Thank you very much. God Blues, we got to win.
We're legends. Roget, how do I pronounce your name?
Roger. How are you, Terry?
Oh, it's just Roger. My bad. It says Roget here. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Mate, happy as Larry. Not Larry, but just happy.
First time calling into fan cams, and I just wanted to thank you for launching this channel and having or giving a voice to us supporters. And it's like therapy for us, especially being a long-suffering Carlton supporter, especially growing up in the 90s where, my age, where I grew up with a great era of watching some of our champion teams and players go around to what we had to endure over the last probably decade or so. And look, I know it's frustrating where, how we're performing lately, but I think it's important to put it into context and where we've come from as a team. We've been look, 5-6 years ago, I reckon our team was as bad as the Fitzroy days. We've come a remarkable long way, and I know it's frustrating for some to say that we're not there yet, and it's frustrating because we're not the powerhouse side that we were, but hang tough. Today was a very, very, very important win. Yep. I know it didn't go to plan as we would like, but there's a lot of positive signs and there's a lot of positive aspects to the way we're playing. Just hang tough. You look at the players that really stood up today. Mark Murphy in the third quarter, he was just, I know he cops a lot of battering, but he's still the smartest and most skilled player in our team. He's just amazing. He just gets the job done. He just puts his head down and he just works. Saad, he was sensational today. sensational. Williams, he's injured, back against the wall, but he hung tough. He got out there and he did his job. Yes, Hawthorn, you saw the pressure acts in the last quarter. Hawthorn were off the charts. They were 200. They really, really put in a big performance today. We were coming off a 6-day break. People forget that. A hard game against the undefeated team, Melbourne. And we hung tough. We stood up. Yes, we need to tidy up our skills. Some of our decision making is really, really poor at times. But hang tough. I think there's good times coming, guys. There's really, really good times coming. And look, it's having grown up in a side where, going to Princes Park back in the day and knowing we'd win, from what we've had to endure, just hang tough, because the good times aren't far away.
Yeah, I think want to thank you because I think perspective's always needed. I get carried away as well. I get a bit frustrated as well, and it's all born out of wanting to see the team succeed. And I think no one's under the illusion that nothing's going to happen overnight. It's not until you step away and you look from it from a bird's eye view and you think about how fucked we were 5-6 years ago that you realize, all right, we're not. I mean, it was only 2 or 3 years ago we were losing by 10 goals. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, we lose to the top teams, but we don't get blown out by 10, 11, 12 goals anymore, touch wood. I think it's just more also, I mean, I look at the team. For me, there's plenty of talent there. There's an abundance of talent. It's just about putting the pieces together and finding a system that's going to work for us, because we want that sustained success. I don't want to do the doggies for a year and then fall away again,
And Terry, you know, it'd be an interesting exercise if you look at our side 5-6 years ago to where it is now. I think it'll give a lot of context into the overhaul of our list and why our results, if you like, are so inconsistent and our performances are so inconsistent. Look, we all want to win. We all love to have the Carlton of the 80s and 90s and even the 70s. We were so dominant, but it's just, it's such tough competition now. Everyone's trying. It's an even competition, and I think we just have to just take a step back sometimes and look at what we've had to overcome and where we're headed. Like, tomorrow our reserves, we've got Kemp playing his first game. We've got Carroll, who I think could be, a Pendlebury in the making. You got Durden, who could be an Eddie Betts replacement. We've got to look forward to there's massive upside to our list and to our future. So, yes, I'm disappointed as everyone, especially coming from eras of just, success and dominance. But hang tough, guys. Just good times aren't far away.
Love it. Appreciate you coming on, Roger. Great to meet you on the fan cams, and hopefully see you again, mate.
Keep up the great work. Thanks very much.
Thanks, brother. All righty. Rocco.
Hey, how you going, Tez?
Mate, I need the Medellina, mate. That's what I need.
Yeah, we definitely needed the Medellina again. Again, they make us have the Medellina during the game. It's funny, isn't it? It's like it was a funny day, and it's a funny win, and it's a funny trip back home. It was just, we won, and I feel a little bit disappointed, but I suppose I don't know. Because it depends on how you want to look at it. Of course we won. Of course we're all happy about it. That's what we all wanted, and we all cheered at the end. But do you look at the good things about it? And there was plenty of good things, like a lot of individual players played well, like Walsh started like a house on fire. TDK, lots of excitement there, wasn't there, and Wiedering again, and Cribbs last few weeks has really started to play well, and Eddie Betts continues on. There's a lot of good things. But then sometimes you look at it and you go, what are you doing, guys, man? Seriously, do we understand what the game is? I know sometimes I look and I go, maybe, I'm sure there's a game plan. Why aren't they getting it? Like, I don't know, man. Like those entries in 50 is so bad. It continues week in and week out. I'm just lost again. Like we should be those entries. We should be. I don't know, 10 goals up the way we're getting that, but we just bomb it still. Is there a panic? Do we? I don't know.
No, I think it's all. I think I mentioned it before. Like the opportunities we create for ourselves, the talent that we have, how good this team can actually be is probably why the frustration is there. I think this is the making of like a great team, not just a good team. There's just quality all over the park. I know that might sound crazy because we're 4-5 or 4-6, I should say.
4-6, yeah.
I think they can be so much better than what they are. They're capable,
100%. And it's like they're missing something. Like they just keep this game plan just doesn't click at times. They panic and they just like. Not even just into the forward line. Like if you look around the ground, a lot of times they just panic kick. They just panic kick along the ground. There's a lot of like there's a contested marks everywhere, or people are going for contested marks everywhere. They're not looking sideways, I still think like Jones and Plowman are still a problem for us, but what else can we do there, but then we got Wiedering and Williams. Williams was really good today. So, I think he done a couple of mistakes at the start and I go, oh, what a waste of $800,000 there, and then he kicked that goal and that. I thought, all right, he's not too bad,
How's the handball that he turned over in the first quarter in the goal square? Oh, my God.
And I'm telling you, like there was a couple of things he did. But he got into the game and it's his right position. Just playing there. Doesn't matter what we paid him. This is where he belongs now. And actually him and Newman on the back there, they kind of like now complement each other. So that was good. And Harry, and you're right, there's a couple of players that come in. Look, I've been a little bit of a sourpuss because I just expect a lot more, like.
Mate, you got high standards. You got high standards, mate.
I think so. And I think we all should. So it's good. Everyone's been like happy with the win, but still saying it wasn't good enough because it was only Hawthorn. But look, we got to win. That's important. So now we go in next week. Now, if we can somehow beat Sydney, and I'm going to Sydney next week, so they better win, mate, because I spent a lot of money to get over there next week. So if we win next week and then all of a sudden maybe a little bit of momentum rolls in, maybe Martin comes back, and then like it maybe rolls. So, look, it was good to get a win, That Harry goal, how good was that, man?
I think the point you're making
is
spot on.
The goals too. I was in the right next to the cheer squad. I saw that sail through. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this week will look better only if we win next week.
Yes, 100%. And this is what I'm saying. Like it's all good, and we can look at the positives. And there's a lot of. It depends on how you look at stuff. Like other coaching department, are they going to look at the positives? I'm sure they will. But are they going to look at the negatives and go, because another team would punish us there? Especially there was this period in the fourth quarter. I noticed about the 8-minute mark to like the 15-minute mark, we couldn't hit a target. It was like the crowd was sitting next to me and we all had our going, what is going on? And until Harry kicked that goal, it was like, I don't know what's about to happen here. Anything could happen here. So they. Like, I don't know, they get into those moods where it goes for 5 or 6 minutes really bad, like they look as bad as they can get. And then, like, when they started the game, they looked like a house on fire, especially Walsh, man, at the start. Like, I was going, what the fuck's going on here, man? Like, he's just getting better. But they kind of nullified him a little bit in the second half. But some other kids stepped up after that, so that was good, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well said. Well, listen, I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're filming the jumper punch, and I'm the special guest.
So apparently you're coming on, I heard, yeah. So I've got a special treat for you.
All right, I'm a little nervous. It's good to not host for a bit. It's good to step back, and I'm going to let you boys do your thing. I'm just going to make my way in there. So everybody take note.
You never know what's going on from when we turn on that thing. We don't know what's going on. So anything could happen tomorrow, man. Anything could happen. But it's a win, so I think it's going to be a real positive show tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it, brother. You take care of yourself, and I will see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
See you, mate. All righty. We got Oliver.
Hey, Tez.
What's going on, my man?
Well, first live game back since 2019, so we got that one up. Just being right next to the Hawthorn cheer squad, it was fantastic.
So this was your first game at the footy since 2019, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, what a day. What a day it must be.
So good. There's heaps of positives, TDK, Williams, Walsh, but then again, we're just scrappy.
Yeah, we are. We're not clean. We played like a team that hasn't clicked yet. That's the reality. Whether we want to accept it or not, we haven't clicked yet. The light bulb moment hasn't come for us yet. Teague talked about it in his press conference about, over time with work and effort, eventually it clicks. It hasn't clicked. And I think the beauty of this is no one's saying it has. I think everyone is very well aware of where we're at. We're good. We could be better. We should be better, but we still need to keep winning.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Sydney next week. We just got to get up there.
We do. Are you making the trip to Sydney or what?
I'm not.
All right. We're gonna need you. We're gonna need you to be nice and loud from Melbourne and bring the noise.
Will be.
All right, my man. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
See you, Ledge. All righty, Maddie.
Hi.
There's a lot of noise going on in the background. I need you to help me out.
They don't make it easy.
No, they don't.
That last quarter, until Harry kicked that goal, I was like, I feel sick. Like, I'm physically sick. I can't watch. And the hands it felt, It could have gone anyway.
It was. Can I get you to turn the volume down on whatever else is going on in that room? I can just hear some background noise and I can barely hear you. All right, Maddie, I'll get you to fix that and then we'll continue on with you. Chris Beach.
2 wins now live against the Hawks. I'm fucking happy about that. But I had Hawthorn supporters sitting around me all day, and they were as mouthy as they could potentially be. For years, they've had the umpires give them the rubber, the green, and when they had the umpires go against them, they were as mouthy as all get out. No sympathy for the Hawks fans. Nothing.
Sympathy coming from the Hawks who stranded our beloved Favola on 99 goals. They'll never get sympathy from us, mate.
No, and I was there for that. That was the same game that Bunny kicked 100. I was also there when Ben Dixon kicked the goal after the siren against us.
Yep.
What else was there? Oh, yeah, and Favola hitting the post.
2006.
Get stuff. And sorry, get stuff. I was going to say something else, but it's a bit early for that. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
What else did you notice today that was significant for you, for us moving forward?
Well, Doherty, as a co-captain, stood up at, I think it was in the second or third quarter. He's run off half-back to probably about the wing, chasing a Hawthorn player, and he's pinned him holding the ball. At that point, I have stood up and I have clapped his effort to get that free kick, because years ago, that is something that we don't do. We let those players get away, and that usually results in a goal. So for Doherty to run from half-back, chase him onto the wing, and pin him holding the ball, thank you, skipper.
Yeah, Those are the moments that are required from the captains. Well, all of them, but the captains especially, because I think they lift the crowd more than the regular player.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. Absolutely, it does. Now, if we're talking about the lifter, we might as well touch on the trainer, huh? The goal at halftime. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty flipping angry at that.
Oh, it was a calamity, wasn't it?
No one on the goal line, and our defense had done reasonably well all day. They've done pretty well all day, but that moment, part of me was thinking, "Oh God, don't tell me they're going to run over us again," because we needed to get one against them after they stole one against us in Launceston, and definitely stole one against us in Perth when we couldn't go.
Spot on. And I think you can't have momentum if you don't start from somewhere. And so hopefully today is something. It's a gritty, grindy, ugly win, which will look a little bit better if we can consolidate with the win tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, we've won one of our last 5 before today. So we needed to get a win today, and hopefully it can get some positivity running through the group. Hopefully Jack Martin can become available. Hopefully Samo can play well tomorrow and earn a spot back into the side. And then we're really looking a little bit more positive.
Yes, and there was something else that I didn't realise until I actually looked it up later. When do you reckon the last time we beat Hawthorn at the MCG was?
I don't even know if I was alive.
By 2000.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
21 years.
Yeah. Wow. That's
21 years.
That's crazy.
You could say we've been due to give Hawthorn one at the MCG for a little while. Now, you mentioned the reserves as well. I'm going to that, so I might see you guys around, because we need to give Box Hill a nice little touch-up as well to try and sort of consolidate the weekend.
I'm with you. I think you're spot on. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow, and everyone in the audience. Get to Icon Park tomorrow. Let's watch the reserves.
Absolutely. Let's pack out Prince's Park and give Box Hill a hostile environment.
That's spot on. Well said, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
No worries, Matt. Speak to you later.
See ya. All right, we're going to try Maddie again, and then I've got Shannon, and then we're going to end it there. Maddie, you there?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. No background noise. It's just you and me.
Good.
Talk to me.
I know Chris and Pommy have alluded to it already. Yeah. Last time we won at the MCG, Hawthorn, Sam Walsh was born. That's how long ago. It's a long time coming. It's too long, and as we all know, we're not gonna beat the top sides this year. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a sports bet ad on or something before the game, and Nathan Brown saying, the thing I like about Carlton in this year is they can beat the teams they should beat. I'm thinking, we should, but that's also, as a supporter, such a disappointment.
Yeah, we want to be striving and pushing the boundaries of who we can beat. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. What do you think about? Like, I understand today was a bit scrappy. We win by 4 goals. What do you think this week means if we go to Sydney and win very well next week? Does it make this week look a little better?
It makes this week look much better if we can win against Sydney.
Yep.
It's going to be tough because we've seen that when they've got all the young guys in and they're working, they can really hurt you.
Mm.
I guess just try our best.
Yeah. No, I feel you. What about the votes? Have you got any 1, 2, and 3 today, or am I putting you on the spot?
I don't know about a 1. Let's see. 3 Walsh, because it's Walsh.
Cool.
2 Kerno. I thought that you can just trust him.
Yep.
He's one you can't trust many in this team half the time, but him I just really trust to use the ball right. What am I up to? 1?
You're up to 3.
3. Okay. Stocker. I think that he's really coming into it, and he's, as it's been said, the mongrel that we need. Like, he really gets into them.
Yeah, he does. He does. I love it. All right. Maddie, always a pleasure chatting to you, especially after a win. You have yourself a nice Saturday night, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks.
Peace. All righty. Time to get Shannon in. Baggers.
How good was his goal? Can we just put that out there? How good was his goal?
So, are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter.
I tweeted straight after his goal, "Come the fuck at me."
Yes, of course you did. I'm gonna have to go like that tweet now.
He was fucking great. He was good. He was good today. Did his job. He also did his job last week.
Thank you. And to all the haters of Murph out there, come the fuck at us because we are on tonight. We are on.
We're absolutely on. Ain't nobody messing with my vibe, my Mark Murphy vibe tonight.
No, not at all. What? I don't know what that was, but I will take the 4 points.
Of course.
I got there halfway through the first quarter because I played today.
Yes.
And
how'd you go?
We lost. I kicked a goal, but that's okay.
Well
Moving
done.
forward. I don't know. Like, we have these little, I think everyone sees it. We have these little 5-10 minute lapses at the end of each quarter and we give up junk time goals.
Yeah.
We didn't do it in the second half, which was a positive, but it's still, alarm bells keep ringing in my ears every time we give up junk time goals. We just can't do it anymore. It's just no. We've got to stop doing it.
We will become not just a little bit better, like a lot better.
100%. And if I could bottle Sam Walsh and keep him forever, I would, because he just doesn't stop. I have never seen someone work so hard for the football and want to work hard for the football. Like every other player on that field needs to take a leaf out of his book and just play football for what it is. Don't just walk to each contest. Run, gut run, put your body on the line. Like, he got absolutely clobbered in front of us in the cheer squad in the last 5 minutes. We don't know how. The umpire looked directly at it and goes, play on. He just got decked. That's the only way they're going to stop him is if they hurt him.
It's true. It's true. It's and I think there's something to having Cripps there, which definitely is good for Walsh. It sort of reminds me of Judd and Murphy. I think Cripps can help Walsh with those sorts of things, and he
was better today too.
Yeah, he was. He's starting to really play a little bit more physical, and that's kind of what we need him to do. I would be very happy if Cripps had 11, 12, 13 tackles a game and had 23, 24 touches than him trying to get 35, 36. There's plenty of guys. Yeah.
And your Tom Mitchells can go and get 41, 42 disposals and half of them can be handballs. That's fine.
Yeah.
He was good today, Cripps. And I know a lot of people have knocked him the last little bit, but I think today was the day he needed to stand up and be a captain. I think Doherty did the same. He played an excellent game. I'm loving his game on the wing at the moment now that Newman's back. Pushing him up is actually giving him the opportunity to run with the footy.
Yeah.
And something he hasn't been able to do for a very long time. And the fact that Newman's in the back line now, it actually gives Docker the license to run.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. And with the inclusion of Tom DeConning, I think his agility is just second to none. Like, I love watching him play football, and I'm glad he's in the ones, and hope he stays there, because I think Levi needs a couple of weeks
He can freshen up his body now. If he's injured and he's taking injections, all of a sudden he's now got plenty of time to get the knee right, and maybe he can come back into the side later in the year once he's hit some form and contribute.
100%. I agree. And I think I said it at last fan cams. I'm going to say it again. I love Gibbo to death, but I something's going on. Like he's not the same player that he was last year. Like last year was his best year of football, but this year he's just not quite there. Like there's something missing in his game.
I feel like the head knock. Was it against Port? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Ever since then, he hasn't really been the same.
He hasn't gone in for the footy as hard, and that's a shame because he's such a little tough nut, and I just don't get it. Does he need a break? Like maybe I don't know, but other than that, I thought our back line was pretty solid today, except for a few lapses of judgment. But Williams played a better game. Like it wasn't a perfect game, but it was better. Mm-hmm. So like it can only get better from here. Like I don't know.
No, I feel you. I'm with you. Yeah. No, very,
I'll be
very.
at the AFL tomorrow, by the way. I'll be there.
Okay, I will see you there.
Yes, I'll be there. I am not making the trip to Sydney because it is my 30th birthday, and I will be in Melbourne.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I look forward to celebrating your 30th from here.
Yeah, we'll celebrate it from here.
Sounds great. Well, you have a great night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Yes, up the baggers.
Go the baggers. All righty. Got one more who's just popped into the waiting room. His name is Jack. Jack.
G'day, Terry. I actually don't have too much to say. I'm coming here from Juba, South Sudan. I've always wanted to jump on here to have a chat. I'm not sure if you can actually hear me because the internet here isn't great.
Mate, I can hear you loud and clear. Wait. So you're a blue bagger from South Sudan?
South Sudan, yeah.
Wow.
Didn't actually catch much of the game because it was on pretty early on my time. So I listened to the second half on the radio. Very jealous of people who were there at the G to watch us beat Hawthorn. Fucking hell. How good is that?
Uh-huh. It's as good as it gets.
It's as good as it gets. So, I've been a follower of you for ages, at least over a year now. So I just wanted to say thanks for all your work, and I actually don't have anything to say about the game. I'll watch the replay this afternoon.
Oh, mate. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. I think it's beautiful that we have fans from around the world. I think that's kind of what the channel's all about, that we love the club and we live all around the world, and that's what Blue Abroad is all about. So thanks so much for that, and watch the game and send me a message, and we'll chat about it after that.
Will do, matey. Much appreciated. Keep up the good work and go the baggers.
Thanks, brother. What a great way to end the fan camps. Jack's a legend. Callers from Melbourne, callers from Queensland, callers from South Sudan, and callers from Arizona. That's kind of what it's all about. We've got. Is anybody else in the audience from anywhere outside of Australia? I've got Stuart here from Shanghai. I think there was one more. I think Dom's from Osaka. Anyway, great to see you all. Guys, that'll do us. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. No one's under any illusions. We got the job done. Plenty to work with. That's the sign of a winning mentality, where you don't just get complacent. I think no one's getting complacent after that. Go and enjoy yourselves tonight. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the win. Life is very different when Carlton are winning. There's no doubt about that. So we'll get the review and the play ratings and whatnot done tomorrow. I'm going to be on the Jumper Punch this week, so I'm going to go record that tomorrow. Stay tuned, stay safe, and as always, go the Mighty Blues.